Hello, ladies, gents, and lambs ready for the slaughter. We return to this Spelunky. Speedruns. I don't care that I got that sub-4 incredible record. I will continue throwing myself into spikes because I am pretty sure you could witness during that speedrun session the enormous and very, very plentiful opportunities that there were to improve on that time. There is no question that that was 0% optimal. There was nothing optimal about that jetpack. Well, I hate you, and I hate everything about this. There was 0% optimal moves in that 4-minute speedrun. So clearly, at the very least, we can get 1 minute less. I think my end goal would be 1 minute under 4 minutes, which is 3 minutes if you're keeping count of the extremely complicated math that we're engaging in right now. Some extremely advanced arithmetics that we have to do to figure out that my goal is indeed a 3-minute speedrun. I think that's like my the end game that I want to engage in, and then after that I will maybe pursue some other goals that are not that, such as getting a decent hell run as opposed to the absolute trash hell run that I have right now, which was like 9 minutes and something. We've had some really close opportunities to improve on that, but it always ends up falling apart through some reason or another. Most of the time just sheer incompetence. Really liking this jungle so far. It's very, very good. Very nice. How fast everything's progressing. Yeah, I should have simply picked this route. Oh boy. Oh boy. They don't realize this was one of them levels in which life is a nightmare. So, you know, it's on me. Did not realize I was living through a nightmare. So I probably should always go with that assumption in mind. Hey, we made it to the exit, just take it. I don't know where we suffered the previous point of damage, but that jungle was one of the fastest jungle I've seen in quite some time. Of course, now we're here. We don't have a compass. Lane's clothing shop is absolute trash. And I hate everything about this. I hate 100% of this. What a nightmarish ice case level. There was no real reason. The mistake was descending on that side without making sure I had more options. Here's a good descent. Yeah. Oh boy. I thought for sure I had not caught onto the ice block, but luckily I did. You know what? This is actually looking pretty good. Of course, we have not arrived at the difficult part yet. Maybe descending in such a careless manner. Not the greatest choice. This was the guy to rob. That guy was definitely the shop to steal all the stuff from. Because he had... Man, what a lucky bastard. That's going to happen. And he's going to be mad. For sure. Please. Go away. Go away. Oh yeah, off he goes. Give me that. I don't know if this teleporter is a good idea, but I think it's decent. It should have been the mad talk. This teleporter is perhaps too much. Everything, according to plan, everything is going great. The mad talk was the choice, for sure. Let's not use this teleporter unless I absolutely can get away with it, okay? No, I should have just kept teleporting. I told you fellas, the teleporter is going to be Mando, and I should have grabbed the Matok. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. We actually had a really good candidate there. I don't know if we were close to the 4-minute mark, but between the bombs, of course they weren't sticky. Oh, hello. This is my chance. This is my chance to pull off the ultimate heist. Teleported in the crate, 1-1. Just don't throw it. This man must die. Oh no. Oh, I throw it almost immediately because I did not grab the appropriate entity. Well, at least it happened quickly and not before winning at the temple. Let's just be glad that our pain was immediate and fulminating as opposed to long and protracted and just that much more torturous, you know? So, you know, count your blessings. Ow. Count your blessings again, because instead of receiving 2 points of damage from an arrow, I received 1 point of damage from falling. So everything works out. Everything's just positive. The glass is half full today. We are just entering a position where everything is great and there's nothing but positivity spewing from my mouth and pouring into this Spelunky lines of code. It's all great at all times. All great at all times. Everything's fantastic. I will not be dissuaded about the things that I am saying, even though the immediate... What the f... Look. I realize that Spelunky's comedic timing has become devilish and just Machiavellian in its amazing way that it has to throw completely unexpected things at the best time possible to contradict the narrative that I create for myself. I think we can all agree that an open, unguarded, unprotected powder keg in which I fell and then immediately exploded despite me not touching it, other than I guess it was some piece of debris that made it explode. I think that death itself was more valuable than any successful run that I could make. I would appreciate a timestamp so that I can save it for later use. That death was one of the most beautiful and unexpected powder kegs in the entire history of my spelunking. So, you know what? I am thankful, man. Just silver linings, blessings in disguise. That's what just happened. I may have been disabused of the notion that I was having a positive time, but at the same time, I was provided with a just outright fantastic death for a possible death compilation. I thought that the latest, Volume 10, would be the last one that I made, but you know what? Spelunky 2's taking so long to pull out that we're going to stay in. Went to me, Volume 11. I'm okay with what just happened. Oh boy. This frog almost ruined everything, and this one did ruin everything, and then I am stuck in a tooth-infested nightmare. These speed runs. Not doing great. Always happy when the double pickup of the gold happens, though. Makes me feel good. The small wasting with Spelunky makes me feel good, so I can be brought down swiftly later on. Gonna build you up to bring you down. Some ropes, that's alright. You know what? I'm going to spend the resources not because I feel like I should, but simply because I feel like I could. It's totally worth it. Get some sticky bombs. Not going to mess with that shopkeeper. There was some climbing gloves trap in there that I didn't want to touch. Didn't want to deal with it. It wasn't cowardice. It wasn't me just being like, it's too dangerous. No. It was me being like, this will take too much of my time. The speedrun integrity will be compromised. It's alright. We have been in this situation before where we need to do an optimal speedrun to get through everything. And damn it, I'm going to. You just see the gauntlet we went through without suffering any damage? That was some badassery right there. More ropes, okay, well, sometimes just gotta put up with the nonsense that is thrown at your face. Don't do it. Don't butt aggression engage in, please. Oh boy. Well, and there goes the optimal run that I was hoping for, because some random caveman decided to give me super AIDS by kissing my forehead. Not terribly pleased. Not terribly pleased today, but just getting that death is good enough. The completely uncovered powered keg. What a wonderful surprise that we have been bestowed. So much better than birthday surprises. Best surprises are where somebody dies at the end. It's wonderful. I mean, as long as it's not me. Obviously. Why though? I don't know what that was. I just didn't hit the jump button. That's the entirety of the thing that just happened. Excuse me. Excuse me, can I please get to the damn exit and leave? I'll really appreciate it. I'm a little concerned about our lack of everything. I mean, we did get some stuff there. Why though? Why does everything hate me? Here I am, trying my absolute darndest to keep Jackie alive. She just gets completely wrecked. I mean, she did posthumously make it so that we could get through the exit, but everything is falling apart. Why do I have to pick this side? That was terrible. Well, that's not gonna work out. It's not sticking. We did spend 2 bombs. Now we can go. It's alright. Lisa! Suicidal. What is this chaotic, absolute disaster? The disaster is absolute. But we did get a successful speed run. We got a successful speed run in which I beat my personal best. There was no question that this would happen, right? Like, you get success. Spelunky needs to absolutely obliterate you. Re-establish dominance. I am a beta male. I will accept my position as a follower, as a sad little pathetic wimp simplet that will never rise up to accomplish anything of worth. I have been thoroughly cowed by Spelunky's chatness. What you got for sale there? Just a freaking ice beam? What a piece of garbage! Let's just get through here. It's alright. All I need to do in the end to become a leader is to put a knife in the back of the person that is on top of me. I'll just be a helpful, loyal henchman until it's no longer convenient. I can make away with everything the leader has provided for the colony. Maybe in a strange Walking Dead narrative going on over here, but I think the bottom line is you should not trust anything that I do or say if I am your underling. Anyway, has been, you know, I need to create nonsense fantasy narratives because as life progresses, ooh, sir, selling a whole bunch of explosives, and I am selling the swiftest death you could conceive of. And you were buying all of my supply. Well, actually, my supply is infinite. And now we'll pass it around. But now we can bomb our way down all of these levels. Stop worrying so much about the price of gas. Okay. Why would you approach any of the things that you did? Why would you approach them the way you did? Blanco, I am talking. You know you are in deep doo-doo when you start talking to yourself in the second person. You're disassociating the guilt and trying to distance yourself from your own shortcomings. That's when you start saying you. When you refer to yourself. I'm a little confused. I'll be honest with you. I'm a little confused with everything that just happened. But I embrace confusion. That's also the way I felt in the dark when I was just trying to find my way to the next mound of flesh in the orgy. So, you know, it's not always a negative thing to be confused if it all ends up with a big fat pile of jizz on your mouth. It's just perfectly reasonable. So good. Just embrace it and let go. Don't be such a prude. And life will be grand. We have a weirdo over there selling wares, or rather telling people to gamble their lives away. You are a disgusting creature. Please let me out of here. What are these bats? What the freaking hell is going on? This level felt like a freaking insane Lunky level. There were so many enemies all over the place. That was bizarre. Well, here we are in a dark level in a speedrun. Never want to be in that situation. Really? Yeah. It's there. One bomb though. Yeah. Fantastic. Found the black mark in the dark level. Less than 20 seconds. Amazing. Well, I am a big proponent of this method these days. It really does work pretty well. When you come in here and just do the bomb jump in that situation, it really works. So, good stuff. I will grab all the bombs, and now it's just a matter of bombarding the bejesus out of the entirety of what's coming next. Don't shotgun me. That will be rude. Somehow we ended up with some climbing gloves. I don't even know how that happened, but we have an Unk. We have a billion bombs. We need to make sure we don't throw this one, okay? We can totally do it. Can get to that hell situation. Why do you have to be greedy? Why? I keep telling you. Shopkeeper Hyper Armor has gone from, oh, that's a weird curiosity. Wonder why that happened that one time in the one run that it happened in 1 in 100. It has gone from there to just being an issue that ends runs nearly every single play session. Is like, what is going on? The Shopkeeper Hyper Armor is completely out of control. I did everything like this time. I'm going to completely disown any blame whatsoever. I did not everything right. I could have shot that guy from a distance. I could have done that. Not get so much up in his face, but like 3 shotgun pellets in close succession went straight into his mouth. Straight into his mouth. And it wasn't enough to deter him. That was just illegal. That was absolutely illegal moves, and I am so resentful of it. Man, look at all those bombs. So, accepting 0% of the blame on that one. Oh my goodness, this is a freaking night. You like to, well, I guess you just got stumped. You were far too overeager, and I just undid your entire playbook with one swift stump to the face. Just go away, thank you. Managed to get all the way through. This jetpack is going to be a fantastic boon. Obviously, we don't have the record already. It's been 3 minutes 20, but I'm happy with this because I am not to blame for our failures. For once, I can completely disown it. Oh, didn't realize that. We were in a pitcher's mitt situation. I don't know why I shot that, other than it is a good time. Are we going to face another situation where the shopkeeper simply ignores the psychic blast like that one other time, where he simply just ran on top of it for no reason whatsoever? It was weird. Off he goes. Ah. Shopkeepers are mad because they're bad. This should go to where I want it to be, right? Please, fart your way out of my face. Continuing on, maybe the scepter is not nearly as useful as I am making it out to be. I mean, we can just use bombs to trigger arrow traps at this. Whoa, almost got to the frag. Well, alright. That was slightly unpleasant, but we made it through. Now we have a billion bombs. Let's see if I can practice. I just saw a DT speedrun. I was really impressed by the way that he did Olmec. Let's see if we can pull it off. Let's see if we can pull it off. We go over here. And he crushed it all because I was not fast enough. Oh, that's something. He's going to crush them all again. That's not going to work out. Well, I need to get a little more practice in it, quite clearly. Well, perhaps not the absolute greatest shaft making of all time, but I guess we'll just stick around here. Get rid of that bat, and we'll just make it all happen the old-fashioned way. It's all good. We're ready to go. Please don't destroy me. Thank you for leaving. And we got a victory. I guess, you know, this is better than getting absolutely nothing. But I can't even escape out of this. You just have to go for this entire animation. It's a little upsetting. Can't even... I guess I could Alt F4 it, but lately, for some reason, Alt F4ing out of Spelunky just freezes my computer. It's just one of those things probably Windows 10 does. Because Windows 10 is garbage. I really resent Windows 10. Ever since installing networking was a complete nightmare. It still works only sometimes. It's just infuriating. And it generally just malfunctions. I don't like it. I don't like it. Give me... Windows 7 was the best Windows version that there's been in a long, long time. And I have no idea why they do what they do other than to sell more copies. Obviously, we're not going to just leave it there because it's been only 20 minutes. I'm going to provide you with, at very least, 30 minutes of Spelunky shenanigans. We actually got to win a run. That's pretty good. That's still under the SPEEDLUNKY requirement, which is, I think, 8 minutes. So, not going to make any apologies for giving you a 5 minutes, 20-second run. I do feel 100% cheated out of the hell run. Oh. Cheated out of that hell run. Got that hyper armor cheat. Like, there is no other way to frame it. It was cheating. I've been cheated out of what I was entitled to. So pretty salty about that. I really want to... I need to write a very angrily worded tweet at Derek Yu. Oh, well, he decided to escape my death balloon, my death dome. Totally worth the murder that we just caused, though. Maybe it's time to let go of the shotgun, because quite clearly it is not enough to deter shopkeepers from being total scumbags and ending a perfectly viable run. So what is even the worth of the shotgun? I tell you, it's nothing. Not interested. Not interested in the shotgun. I just do my bare hands. Off we go. My bare hands have always been enough to choke a bitch, and this will be no different. They will all be by the fists of fury that I shove into their mouths. I'm hoping that the exit will be down this way. That is the exit. Ow! Whoa! If you would be so kind to post a timestamp for this, this death as well, I think it totally belongs in the Hall of Fame. What a wonderful interaction we had with that Cobra. This entire session has been just cursed with absolute insanity. And I, at the same time, resent it and appreciate it. Not even mad. I was in the middle of saying earlier, like, as our shorter lives have progressed, I need to make the narrative more and more about this Spelunky shenanigans and not so much about whatever has happened in my life, because we continue to be on self-imposed lockdown. I have the resources. I decided I'm gonna stay home. My wife is a very high-risk individual. I'm not going to go into details. Let's just say asthma. That is truthful and not painting the whole picture. But I will tell you, I am being insanely safe about... I've been like super paranoid about this whole sickness ordeal. Oh boy. We have... Can we please not piss off Callie though? That would be great. extremely cautious about it, so I decided, you know what, I'm just going to not risk it. So the moment that there was stuff going on, we had to do this. I have established that this is the method that I'm going to do. Sometimes doesn't work very well when there's a freaking damsel at the start. This guy was still alive somehow. This scumlord. It's alright, we got this under control. Destroy the shopkeeper. I do want the stuff. Alright. Only 14 bombs, unfortunately. Means this is not going to be as good as we usually do this. Maybe you could even argue that the bombs are kind of a waste of time going down this way. Maybe I should have gone the other way because there could be some... ooh, almost death. There could be some good stuff on the last shop that I didn't check out. Anyway, yeah, I need to make all the narrative about this Spelunky shenanigans. Because I got nothing, man. Anecdotes are completely dried up. Observations about our daily lives are trite. Like, what new things can I bring you about being put in this situation? I guess we're doing this because we're trapped in this corner of the woods. What is this, though? We'll do that. Give me some bombs. No bombs for me. I'm okay with this. Just jump over the wall. Carry on. And also I made that pledge of, you know, escapism from now on. I do need to soften that stance a little bit though, because sometimes you have some kind of cool insight that nobody else has. There's no reason to do anything other than just leave. But yeah, that's my situation. And you know, to talk about your daily life, you cannot possibly not bring up the C word. It's become its very own dirty word. Upsetting. There was no more ahead. Let's see if we can find a mine to commit suicide as soon as possible, so that we can put ourselves out of our misery. Kaboom! This is going to be it, man. This is going to be so much better than that stupid hyper armor stopped run. We're going to get 2 wins in the same run. Really hate that I don't have sticky bombs though. Maybe this guy will remedy. Nope, he is a slave driver. What is happening? My effort to flee brought me death. My effort to stop the shopkeeper from reaching me. There's no one but myself to blame. I lost control. I was like, flee from the evil man, instead of, oh, I'm in control, I'm going to just dominate you. And that was my first mistake. First and last mistake of the entire run. Was the only mistake that I made through the entire whole thing, was not reacting to what was happening. I just reacted to what could happen in the worst way possible. And now we pay the price. We go back to the very beginning. Maybe I should stop doing that. You know what? Grab this jar full of jizz. Smear all over my bombs. It's going to be fantastic. Now we just need the bombs to go with it. But it's alright though. We have a volunteer in the shape of a mustached moron that will give me all the things that I need. All the explosives shall be mine. And I will be victorious. Get me out of here. What you got for sale? A bunch of garbage. Carry on. Not even picking up Adam, throwing him to the exit. I don't want any kind of homoerotic action. I'm just not in the mood for it. I've had enough sloppy kisses for burly men to last me a lifetime. Please give me that bat kill. Okay, we have no black market possibilities here. We are at the mercy of just finding it in our path. And I have a tendency of just overlooking it because shiny things distract me. And I just don't make it through. Maybe getting that dog would have been a good idea. We got a pretty terrible jungle level. We also have this guy though. the exit's on the other side. He had a compass. I must help myself to the compass. Even though he wasted a little bit of time, it is totally going to be made up in the ice caves. Thanks to our amazing ability not to fall into spikes. 2 points of health. Whee! It's going to work out. Totally going to work out. Look at that cape. Cape belongs to me. It's alright. We just pass each other. I don't need to be disturbed by your nonsense. Simply ignore the crap out of you. Well, off goes that entire thing. That was annoying. Alright, we're going to make it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it over much. Just ignore the angry super beast. Get through the exit. The dark level with the angry super beast. No big deal. We'll just get through it. It's alright. Because Jack's going to show us the way. Jack is going to make us the most healthy of all time. It's going to be amazing. Oh boy. I timed that jump slightly poorly. And we are now stuck in a never-ending loop of being beaten to a pulp. So goes the fate of Paco SPEEDLUNKY. He doesn't even get a respite. He's going to resurrect and he'll feel all dizzy and woozy and weird because he was pummeled for all eternity in this reality. So hopefully you had a good time. There was quite a few things that were in fact extremely amusing, so hopefully you found the amusing in them. I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, get pummeled forever by an ornery Yeti.